Hello and hello to all. Today is the 24th of December 2023. Next year it will be 24th of December 24. So today is Christmas Day. I know tonight there will be very too many things to do with the family, giving gifts and celebrating. So I wish to celebrate everybody's Christmas as well. Uh, so while watching the Christmas and the TV and talking to relatives, don't check on your mobile telephone too much. This is a day to talk to your relatives rather than checking your email messages. So my advice will be for the new year. We always make uh, decisions what we will do, what we will change the coming year, and this is called New Year resolutions. So it's better if you write it down. We always do that, but about the 7th or 10th day of the year, January, these things go away. We forget. So mainly these may be losing weight. Like every year you write down, I'm going to lose 10 pounds, 20 pounds, whatever, depending on your weight. Then please write down achievable goals. Don't put high goals. So anything achievable, even if you lose 3, 4 pounds a year, you can lose in 10 years at least 30 pounds for good. Also, in your monetary objectives, don't put too far off objectives. First objective you should put is how you are going to change yourself, not the things around you. You cannot change the things around you, but you can change yourself, how you meet the challenge. So what you can do, instead of complaining about, they are not increasing the base pay, they are not doing this, the government is not doing that, they are not doing these things, you cannot resolve by yourself. But there are things you can change today by yourself without waiting for anyone else to do. Like if you don't have a job, get a job. If you don't have a second job, get a second job. If you don't have a third job, get a third job. If you haven't saved money, you can start saving some money. You are not going to save money for all your life, but at least you can start saving so that you can make money from money instead of working for money. Let money work for you. So these are the main suggestions. Now I asked the Bart, the famous artificial intelligence of Google, New Year resolution list for self prosperity. So if we can all prosper, our families will prosper as well. So let's see what it offers. First of all, it doesn't just offer money. First of all, it says mental and emotional prosperity. So it tells you practice mindful and meditate. Well, meditation sounds like a bit something from India, or like a yogi or yoga. You don't have to, just sit down and have time to think, and breathe some fresh air, open the windows at least. You don't have to meditate like what you see in movies. Prioritize self-care. This is think of, like, look at your body instead of just the weight. What can you look after? Maybe even shaving is something you can do at least for a day. And so basically these are the things you should take care of: your feet, arms, hands. Take care of them. Challenge negative thoughts is another thing. Develop healthy coping mechanism for managing stress and worry. Well, this is easier to say than done. You can say, don't go into stress, don't worry about everything in life. We'll all die one day anyway. Why are you, taking life so seriously? Well, do things seriously, but do not take life seriously. Okay, if you are making money from something, take it very seriously, but don't take life seriously. Okay, because it's passive, like passive income. But when you have an objective, don't work toward the objective. It's going to take long time. Like you want to buy a house, you want to buy a car. This is long objective. But focus on your daily achievements, not how far you are to the house. Let's say you started saving money, $10 a day, $20 a day. Focus on those, and then how you invested the $10, $20. So, like in a month or so, you'll be looking at your $400, $300. So this is focus on that. Don't say, oh, the house is $50,000. I'm still so far away. Just focus on your achievements, no matter how small they are, and celebrate them. But don't celebrate them expensively. Don't spend the whole money, while celebrating. So I think Bart will repeat what I'm saying anyway. And invest in learning. So this is for younger people and even at all ages. But if you are thinking of making more money, learning is important. Reading books, attending workshops, developing some skills are important. But it's also a hobby, because when you assuming that you became a millionaire at the age of 40, 45, if you don't have a hobby, you'll be very bored if you're not working. If you don't have a hobby, you'll be very bored. You'll be a millionaire, very bored millionaire. Okay. So that's important to self-development with some joys, maybe handcrafts, whatever you think you will enjoy. Okay. Maybe carpenter shop in your garage. I don't know, depending on the country you live. So if you have such a space. And it also suggests that you practice gratitude, focus on good things in your life, increase happiness and well-being. This is not meaning you should run away from the realities of life, but instead accept them and try to change them without fighting with them. Think of easy ways to change yourself. Okay, then comes, after the mental and emotional prosperity, there comes physical and health prosperity. Set healthy eating goals. Well, you can. It's easy, I think. The best loved food you will not eat, which are called junk foods. The terrible foods like broccoli and Brussels cabbage. Uh, what was it? And celery, for example, they are the most disliked. You like pizzas, hamburgers, and things. So basically, healthy eating goals means stay away from good things. Drink plenty of water. This is easy, just you should remember. Coffee and tea does not fully replace water, so you should at least drink 2 liters of water per day, besides drinking your morning coffee and nighttime coffee before going to the bathroom. Okay. Get regular exercise. Well, although it says aim at least 30 minutes in most days, even if you do it every day after, for me, I cannot practice as much as I wish to, but I take my dog to walk, frisbee to walk, twice a day. So that gives me an opportunity, even in a rainy weather, in what type of weather, hot weather, I definitely take him out. Maybe not 30 minutes, but sometimes 10 minutes shortcuts, depending on how long frisbee wants to walk. Prioritize sleep. This is not something I'm not doing perfectly. Uh, Although it says sleep 7 to 8 hours, I sleep much longer than this, but not back to back. What I mean is, I can go to bed at 12, get up at 4, but knowing that I will not work next day, I can just get up and work till 7 o'clock, 6 o'clock, even prepare my morning video, and then sleep afterwards, at noontime. So this takes off the stress from me, because I don't worry that I couldn't sleep. I will sleep in the afternoon, no problem. Schedule regular checkups. This is something that depends on your personality. I miss most of my checkups. I had one recently, but that was because I wanted to get the driver's license, renewed. Otherwise, I go check my eyes. Normally, you should go every year. Last time I went there, I said, "When did you come here? Have you visited us before?" It was an eye hospital. I said, yes, I did. Let's see your records. Then she checked and said it was 5 years ago. So that's something I miss on. I'm not perfect. Nobody is perfect. So, but the next one will be 4 years after. I won't wait five. The government renews the glasses every 3 years. They pay for the, so I will definitely go when it's renewed. It's freebie. It's freebie. So that's one thing. But last time I skipped it. I skipped it for the 5 years. Okay, then we talked about sleeping, regular checkups, and it says try yoga, dance, hiking, other activities. Okay, I'll just take the dog to a walk. That's good enough. Financial, career, and prosperity. Now we are talking. Okay. Create a budget and track your spending. Okay. Don't waste time every day recording what you spent. This is a very arduous business, and it doesn't really make you rich. But the reason you should budget in the beginning, just briefly find out if you're really spending, let's say, $800 on food or $300 on food, how much money you spending eating outside, your electricity and other things you cannot really change a lot. These are habits, but just focus on what your spendings are and come to a figure like saying, I need, depends in Turkey, 1,000 US dollars is 30,000 TL, which is about, it's going to be twice as much as the base pay. So it's good enough money. In US, it's not a good money, 1,000 US. You can even flip hamburgers and make $3,000, $3,000, $4,000. So you have to have different standards depending on which country you live in. But the lower the money you need, the easier the retirement money, or let's say when the age comes that you don't need to work anymore and just enjoy the money that you collected all your life, benefits of the money you collected all your life, then this makes it easier because instead of saving $4 million to retire on, this is normally what we calculate. With my calculator, I will calculate you. This is something practice you can do. Even if you are Turkish, make it in US dollars, because at least US dollar loses less value than Turkish lira. It's only like 2-3% per year. Turkish lira, you cannot really make any calculations for the future. So although I don't like investing in dollars, for calculation purposes, it's better. You could make it in Swiss francs, even better. But let's go with US dollars. That's more common. So if you think you are spending 30,000 TL per month, that's divide that by 30. That's 1,000 TL. Okay. If you think you can live with half of it, divide 15,000 by 30 TL. So you need $500. I think. Let's do that. Everything I calculate on the calculator, $500. I paid for the computer, so I will use it. $500 per month. Good. This is what I think I can survive on. Okay. Or 1,000 or 2,000. That's up to you. This is the minimum. We are going to calculate the minimum you will need. So we multiply this by 12 to come to annual. How much you need per annum in US dollars. So multiply with this 12, we get $6,000. You need $6,000 a year to live your minimum, okay? As it's in dollars, let's say the salary will take you through February, March, April, June, July, okay, assuming this. This is just a brief calculation. Life will not act like this, but at least it gives you a guide. It's a plan, okay? So $6,000. Now comes the different part. You must multiply your annual salary with 25. So if it's $6,000, multiplying with 25, $150,000. This is the amount you should have invested, or you should come to that investment of $150,000. So even if you don't work in the future, you can live on $1,500, $1,500 forever. Why it's 25? It's 4% of the return of your investment, basically. But this is the easy way of calculation, just by multiplying with 25. So what this is, now you're making of 150,000, you're making 4% per annum, 0.04. That's $6,000. Okay. So this is what you will need to spend. But you should also keep the value of your inside remaining money high. Otherwise, even if it's in US dollars, we know that in 20 years, US dollar loses at least one fifth of its value. So you still look at $100,000, but its purchasing power will be only $80,000. So we must use some of that money for our expenditures, other part of this money to increase, or it looks as if it's increasing, but it's just staying there, not increasing at all, the purchasing power of the money that we are relying on, the famous $150,000. So if you think that this is not the amount of money you need, then you have to decide differently. You want to spend $4,000 a month times 12, $48,000 a year you need. So times 25, this is $1.2 million. Yes, you really need million dollars just to stay home and enjoy a life at 4,000, this middle income level. This is not the rich people's money. So this is up to you. You choose your lifestyle. I just guide you through the calculation. Basically, as it's now the New Year days, and you are going to decide and what you are going to do for the coming year in your financial and career prosperity. First, determine to reach this $150,000 if $1,000 is your goal. Maybe as a starter, that should be your goal. Maybe $500. Then you should invest in your career, because the sooner, the more money you make, if you have skills, instead of getting a base pay, you can get twice as much as base pay, maybe 3 times, maybe more. So this will fasten the stage of how quickly you will reach that stage. And your expenditures will also determine. The more you can keep, I suggest not to keep more than 30% of your salary. If you think you can even save 50, that's too much, because then you will lose on life. Okay. So 30% is good enough for saving. In small amounts of money, it's hard to save 30% of your money. If you are a millionaire, it's easier to save $300,000 than you saving $300 from $1,000. Okay. Because you have minimum expenses to make. The other guy already met his minimum expenses. He can save $400,000. So the smaller the amount you are drawing monthly, you must start saving at 30. 30 is good. It's a bit pressure, but you have to save that, because earlier you start at the age of 20, 25, 30, instead of saving like after starting at 40, 45, you will make a lot longer, because your money inside will be increasing, compounding much faster. The earlier you start at 20 and 25, 30, much better for you. But 40, 45 is not too late either. It's just that he can have $6 million, you will have $4 million. That's all the difference. So, let's see what Bart says, what more Bart says. Invest in your career, okay. Set financial goals. With this one I talked about, like saving a down payment or retirement. That's exactly what I talked about. And network with others in your field. It's always good to have relationship if you are going to start a business, or to have people to get ideas from, instead of just watching YouTube. There may be people around you. Try to be with people who can teach you, or who are good samples to you. Maybe you should check your friends even, because negative people create negative behavior. So try to declutter your friends, instead of your house. Learn a new skill, fine. Embrace new experiences, traveling to new destination. Well, yeah, it's an experience, but don't make it too expensive. Express your creativity. Creativity, I think I mentioned before. This is very important. It doesn't matter if you're making very ugly pictures, but try to make new things in your pictures. Like make pictures like Picasso. Even nobody understands. You say, I try to mean this, So, but let it be creative, okay? Think creatively. Declutter your physical and mental space, I mentioned to you. Live with intention. Uh, well, your intention could be religious, uh, principle, family based, yourself self based. People are not there to judge you. You are to judge yourself. Okay, don't give a damn to what others say. Okay, it's your life. So basically, you decide in the end. Don't find an excuse. You tell yourself whether you succeeded or you failed. Okay, even if you said you failed, if you can get lessons from it, you learn from it. You shouldn't repeat the mistake. That's fine. That kind of failure is not bad. Remember to start small, prioritize achievable goals. This is what I mentioned, okay? Achievable goals. Nothing too big at the beginning. Focus on progress, not perfection. I guess I mentioned this one as well. Progress. What did you add up to the money you add up yesterday? It's just money. If you're learning a language, did you memorize three more words? Did you read a book? Did you watch a TV in another language? Okay, these are your achievements. Customize your resolutions, make them personal and meaningful. Okay, enjoy the journey. Self prosperity is an ongoing process. It's not like a race where you will finish. The more you run, they'll take the finish line further. Okay, so we hope these ideas will inspire and fulfilling for the prosperous New Year resolution list in 2024. I want to add up a live sample for this. At one time, I became a general manager of five chain stores selling stationery items, like office supplies. Okay, we had a program when you can press the button, it automatically shows how much money by that time the cash registers recorded. So you can say we are at 2 million, 2.5 million. And most people were, bosses especially, pressing this button many times a day. I said, I'll just look at it once a day. Said, why is that? I said, what is it good for? Okay, we had a good sale today by noontime. It's the lesson we should get instead of the number. Was the weather bright? Was it rainy? Is that people came because outside is rainy and our store is closed store, so it's hot inside, it's cold outside. So I recorded the climate, rainy day, cold day, this and that. Okay. Then check the figures at night time. It was a rainy day, it was a holiday, it was a Saturday, it was a Sunday, it was, so schools are out, schools are opening, businesses are back from summer vacation. So these are the things. Then I started making change in the stores. I said I should put the items in the racks at the eye level, the ones which are selling most. I shouldn't put them under the lowest shelf. People will not bend and go there. I started serving coffee to customers and giving them cards and playing very slow classic music. So they walk very slowly in the store. Idea was to keep the people longest hours in the store, okay, and enjoy the store, say, because as you are just looking around, in the end you will pick something and throw it in your cart. So I told people, do not bug the customers. What do you need? How can you know? But if you stop by, say, if you have any questions, you can ask me. Then he'll probably ask, will this kind of tip will meet my pen? Like you can have a gold pens, of course, and then you will have to have a inside. Then what's the millimeters of this? And so you have to ask the seller. So basically, this system, every morning I approach people how to make 2 sales, 3 sales, because when somebody is coming to our store, he parked his car outside, he wants to buy something. So, but the important thing is not just selling him that one thing. We can sell him 5 things. That's good. That's 5 sales instead of 1 sale per customers. So I taught people how they can initiate and create more sales per customer, okay? And not pressuring them, but just offering them. This is good price. Did you see our new books, whatever, notebooks? Then I made some additional things that they would spend money, like giving bonuses. In the end, it came up to a point, whatever money you spend, the 5% of the cost of what you bought, I was giving out as gifts. And so this created a lot of customers, because in the entrance of the store, I put the gifts, what they can receive. If you make a purchase of 1000 TL, you can get this, well, not small things. I picked up big things like toolboxes, where it's cheap, it's plastic, but it's big. So the guy says, "Ooh, this is good for 1,000 TL." So I even distributed lottery tickets, free lottery tickets, to customers. For every 100 TL purchase, you get a free lottery ticket. Okay. So I was the first to initiate it. They can redeem the lottery tickets to cash money if they wanted to, selling to their friends, or they can just keep it. It's up to them. So these kind of novelties and changes that happen led to good sales. I even transformed it was a stationary supply store, but I saw we are selling more printers and printer cartridges. So I said we must focus on electronics. So most people won't know. Nowadays, there are many electronic stores in United States, in Turkey, like Teknosa and others. But I initiated the first Radio Shack of Turkey, selling printers. I allowed companies to bring me notebooks and computers where everybody can try, test drive the computers and then purchase. I know at time when there was a lack of printers, I was selling one truck full of computer printers every day. So that's important to changing the store from a stationary supply, photocopy papers, and filing cabinets, this and that, selling more what people want, electronic stuff. And I didn't have to invest much, because what I did, I had friends in the computer sector. I said, you have many products sitting in your warehouse, right? Yes. I said, why they are sitting in your warehouse? Let's put it in our store. If somebody comes and buys that CPU, whatever, then you make a sale. Instead of keeping it in your warehouse, let's keep it in the store, on the shelf. So I said, if you make the sale, I'll just give you the money. It will be on consignment. So there came a point my stationary supply stores became the biggest electronic suppliers of Turkey. Okay? So this is how you react to people's wants and needs, by trial and by observing. So basically, I'm coming to this point. You must observe and be ready to change. Change yourself, change your store, change your habits. You can definitely succeed. Just accept the change, accept the challenge to change, and you will enjoy the change. Okay? Everybody is scared of the change. When I like to give one more example and end this Christmas video. Uh, Years ago, there were no credit cards in Turkey. They started giving out check stubs, checks, and the checks were guaranteed. On the back, it said, if this guy does not pay, we will pay the 1,000 TL, okay, behind the check. It's called blue check by İşbank. And there were no credits, no credit cards. I went to the bank and I said, well, this is, not something you'll make money out of, because in the first check, I can write 10,000 TL, spend, and I'll have 9 checks, blank checks. I can fill up to 1,000 and I can smuggle you if I want to. Yes, you can, they said. Okay, then I said, why aren't you making money from me? They said, how? I said, just give me credit. Let me write the 1,000 TLs and you charge me interest, monthly interest. This was in 1985. And the banks people said, oh, this is incredible. We cannot do that. I said, what does a bank do? Give credit, right? Why don't you give me credit? And, I'm a safe buyer because you approved it by giving me the whole checkbook. Why aren't you giving me credit instead? You are not making any money from this blue check. So this evolution, the bank person in the end agreed. He said, we haven't evolutionized that far yet, And then I moved to States for 3 years. I was receiving checks with $20,000 printed on them, $30,000 from the post. They said, Cihat Çiçek, $20,000, go spend, enjoy it in your vacation. Of course, when I spent it, it was going to charge me 15, 20% interest. But that's how they were tickling you to spend money so they can get interest from you. Nowadays, it's same thing. But these were very high interest rates, not like a house. House interest rates were very low. So I would have gotten them in any case if they gave me as much as they could. In fact, I applied to buy a house when I was in the States. I applied for an FHA loan. FHA loan is where you don't have to pay the 20% of down payment. You can just pay 3, 4, 5% and get the house. But unfortunately, we made the agreement, everything. That year, government ran out of FHA money. So I couldn't buy the house. I moved in as a renter, okay? So the seller wasn't angry because they also saw that government is not giving any mortgages. So basically, that's the situation. But I tried to get an FHA loan, okay? Anyway, I wish you all Merry Happy Christmas. I wish you a very creative 2024 and be creative for yourself, for your family, and prosper. Prosper as much as you can. It's up to you. Have a nice day, everyone, and see you again maybe I'll see you before 2024. It's still the 24th of the month. We'll make another video for the new year. See you all and enjoy your Christmas with your family. Bye-bye.